Here's 10 quick tips to help you do social media the right way, even if it doesn't always feel exciting. I'm Falcon de Vet, the social media and influencer marketing specialist here at Pineapple, and these tips are designed to help you navigate the complex sphere of the social media and digital realm, even if it's just from an organic perspective. Tip number 1, try and lead with people, not with product. I mean, obviously, all of us are trying to make sales, all of us are trying to sell a product, but at the end of the day, if the audience and the people can't trust your brand, they don't know your brand, then that isn't the most effective way of doing it. Try and humanize the brand, give people some insight into who the brand is, the personality, the people behind it. And that works for us at Pineapple. Tip number 2, add humor where other people don't. I think there's such a huge gap because not everyone has the same sense of humor, and especially brands and companies don't take the opportunity to add humor. And to be completely honest, there's so many different ways to do this, but by just tapping into humor and cultural moments and stuff, there's really such a big gap and such an opportunity to tap into audiences and really relate to the people. Tip number 3 is to educate, but educate in small bite-sized ways. A lot of people overthink educational content and they tend to then overdo it. But to be completely honest, if I were the audience, I would like to learn quick, I would like to learn in a fun way. We at Pineapple call it edutainment because it's educational and entertaining, and I think it just works. So if you want to educate people, whether it's on your product, whether it's on the service or your industry, try and make it fun, relatable, and bite-sized. Tip number 4, trendy content. Trendy content is a difficult one because everyone and their mother wants to hop onto every single trend that's out there. But to be completely honest, not every trend is suitable to your brand. So you have to be picky, first of all, in terms of which trends you jump onto. If you can't adapt it to your brand, to your tone, to your product, or to your business, then you shouldn't be jumping onto it, because then it's just making content for the sake of making content. Tip number 5, create content to show people why your product or your service matters. Obviously, each product or most products have their USPs and their unique selling points, and it's all good and well to advertise and market those benefits, those services, and what sets you apart from your competitors. But I think what's really important is showing people how your product or your service can help them in their everyday life, how it fits into their routine, how it fits into what they do on a daily basis, because that's what people really want to know. Tip number 6, engage. I think engagement is probably one of the most important social media aspects. Engagement and community management. All good and well that you post, and try and build the community, but if you don't respond to your community, if you don't interact with your community, then you're going to lose your community. So take advantage of the people who are asking questions, take advantage of the people who love your content, take advantage of the ones who don't love your content. We've definitely dealt with that, and you can use them to learn from how they feel about your content, how they feel about your product, your services. And I really think it's such a big missed opportunity across board in industries, because it's seen as a tedious thing, but there's such a good opportunity to use it as an extra community builder. Tip number 7, repurposing content. Please do not create one post and put it everywhere. At the end of the day, each platform has a different user base and a different demographic, age, all of those things that uses the platform. And all of us come from different generations and different backgrounds, so we consume content differently, we like different things, we have different cultural moments and references and all of those things. But what you can do is, if you come up with a really solid idea and you want to repurpose it, it's just about changing the format, creatively adapting it into a different way that's going to suit the audience of the platform. Tip number 8, culture. Brands tend to become so stuck in the silo of product and trends and stuff that they forget that something that is trendy isn't necessarily culturally relatable to our country and to the target market and to our audience. So do research, build your brand personas to see what your audience likes, who your audience is, get to know your audience, really look at the data and tap into the cultural moments or the culturally relevant moments in terms of making content. Tip number 9. Consistency definitely beats perfection. People and brands, well, a lot of brands tend to overthink the content creation process and overdo it when it comes to production. I think for us at Pineapple, we've learned that consistency is key, and putting out good quality content in terms of driving engagement, in terms of being relatable, and those things has been way more successful in terms of building our online presences across platforms and across board than trying to master the high production content value. Then tip number 10 is community building. Building your community that's going to stick with your brand, that's going to back your brand, that's going to love your brand, that's going to be there for you in rooms that people speak about you is a long game. It's not something that happens overnight, and you as a brand, as the people behind the brand, need to carve out that space for people to feel comfortable doing that and to actually really fall in love with your brand, because it's about the person understanding what you stand for. They align their values with the values of your brand, and they'll stick with you. But it's not an easy thing, and it takes time. So those are my 10 tips for the day. Comment down below if you want any more, if you have any more questions, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next piece. Thank you for watching.